So a very important thing and very interesting thing I've been doing so far is building an app, and the app I'm building is just a delivery app which will be used or which can be used in my locality. So definitely you know that I like food a lot. If you don't know me, that means you should definitely know me, right? So I like food a lot. That's one thing you have to understand. So I always order a lot of food, but there's no food delivery app here. I was like, okay, what's a little change that can change in what I'm doing? So I'm trying to build a very very simple one, but it is just majorly about the backend. I have a lot of front end I've done so far. A lot of them is using React Native, but yeah, I'm using Postgres for the database. I'm using Node Express as a framework. I'm also using SQLize. So SQLize is just for me, instead of me writing a lot of SQL and database. That was actually what I was doing before, but I had to like stop and just change to SQLize. So that's the process of me learning everything so far. So the major thing I've actually noticed and I've actually realized is that using videos and using documentation, none of them is of high priority, but a lot of people that are using the videos also use references from that company, from the documentation. Ola, reduce the stuff. People that are out there, they always use the same thing. They always use documentation, a lot of documentation. But synchronized documentation is actually something that I really don't like as a TypeScript, right? Developer, right? The major reason is because it's not very detailed and a lot of things that they really have to adjust, right? So a very simple and very important thing is is a migration, whatever. But you understand that's actually a very important thing that has to be added to the documentation. And I've actually seen that a lot of people online to complain about it, that there's not actually a very solid documentation about that. But I checked YouTube and I saw a video that really talk about using the three, like I mean using Express and using Postgres and using SQLize, right? So I was extremely happy, but it was 3 years ago. So a lot of things have changed over that time. So I have to figure out using of course using Stack Overflow and some other ways I can actually like just majorly using Google to just debug. And that's a very important thing that you guys have to understand as a beginner in tech. So if you're trying to learn, it is very very important for you to know that you always come up with bugs and all. Or what I'll just always do most of the time is just to copy the error and then just put it to Google even before asking people. So I actually have a friend, like I have a flatmate that also writes backend and is even a lead. He's actually a lead backend developer in Woodcore, right? I think I've videoed him before. So if you want to check an interview with him, you can check one of the videos right there. So the important thing is, as I've said in the last video, you can also check it out, is that I'm just trying to build a lot of apps. I'm not just trying to build this app, right? So I might not even complete it. Even I'm stopping today and I'll actually start another one. And the one I'm doing is just because I'm doing my final year project in school and I have to really work on that. I only have 5 days to build it, so I hope I'll be able to finish it up. I've actually started it and I've actually really understand what I want to do, so it's just for me to be able to implement it and be able to for me to design a working prototype for me to defend on 15th of August. So the important thing is that for you to know, so let me just give a brief introduction of what I will do. So the name of my project is a smart scarecrow. Yeah. So a smart scarecrow is, I'm 100% sure that a lot of you don't go to farm or you're not heard of it before. So a smart scarecrow is something that try to scare bear and birds. So from the word scare, so it's actually like scarecrow, and crow is actually a kind of bird, right? So if you go to farm, you see a lot of them, like they be dancing because of, like they will try to wear a kind of clothes on them which does signify a woman being. So to birds, they actually have this kind of mindset that okay, woman, like a woman is in a farm and they don't have to be there. But those things are actually local, and I want to build something that is actually smart. So actually what I want to do is not really what I'm doing now. School, you have a supervisor and they'll tell you to do this and do this, and then we have a working prototype. So now what I'm actually doing now right now is using a PIS sensor to detect any movements, and if it detect any movements, it's going to send a message to the user. Also, it's going to maybe make a sound, scare the animal away, right? So it's giving the feedback to the farm owner. But not only doing that, it's going to also like snap the frame, right? After snapping the frame, it's going to send it to maybe I don't know what I want to do yet. Maybe I will save it locally on the SD card, or I will save it to the cloud. So I think saving to the cloud is much more better, and I can also detect or recognize what it is inside the image. So I'll use Flags for that. That's what I'm going to use. So I will create a route in which I can get the image and process it using a model. I don't know, maybe you guys know about ULO, right? So I use Ultralictus, right? And it is extremely just simple. Is it simple? I don't think so. It's not simple. So yesterday when I started, I was like kind of okay, how should I go about it? I use a lot of hours, but definitely I have friends that have been doing this for I don't know, maybe like 5 years, 6 years. I really don't know, but I'm a computer engineering, and I really have to understand this. So I understand them. Before I actually posted a video about me using ChatGPT, but my brothers, I'm not using ChatGPT. So with documentation, with the videos, YouTube videos, and all, I've been able to at least start and make sure that the power sensor is working, the sending message using Blink is working, and also the servo motor is also working. So those three things are working. So the important thing I have to just do now, focus on and make sure that it's perfectly working, is the camera. So I'm using the ESP32 camera, and the controller I'm using is ESP8266. If you guys want to check about it, you can check about it. But to be honest, is my project very interesting? I think it's interesting. I really love building it, but I don't know, maybe I will be able to complete it within the time frame. But I pray, oh Lord, I will finish it in Jesus' name. So guys, wish me best of luck, and to be honest, I really love you guys. So thank you guys for checking my videos. So if you find this very helpful and you want to build something relating to what I'm building, a lot of things I'm building, even want advice on what you can build to that can make you to learn much more better, much more faster, you can always message me. So thank you guys, and peace out.